If you've ever tried to multitask on your iPad and felt like you were fighting the device itself, you're not alone. Apple built powerful multitasking tools right into the iPad. They just forgot to tell everybody how to use them. I'm here to fix that. Stick around, I got you covered. I'm Dylan Stewart, the Mac Whisperer, and today we are unlocking window management on your iPad. 6 secrets, and once we're done, you're going to be a multitasking master. Make sure you stick around for my MacWhisperer Power Tip at the end. This is one of the best iPad multitasking tools, and Apple almost took it away until people revolted and they agreed to bring it back. You're not going to want to miss it. Before we jump in, if you'd like to follow along without pausing this video and taking like a billion screenshots, grab your free smart guide by scanning the QR code on your screen or hitting the link in the description below. Smart guides are simple PDFs that walk you step by step through everything we're going to cover today. All right, let's get this show on the road. Our first stop is understanding our multitasking options. Ever since the iPad was born, it's been dreaming of the day that it could grow up and finally become a real computer. But for most people, it's still just a glorified iPhone. The way to take it a step closer is to learn how to use the 3 different window modes that are built right into the iPad. Start off by opening Settings. And once you're there, head into the Multitasking and Gestures section. Here you'll see your 3 choices. First up, full screen apps. This is how most users have been working on their iPads since the very beginning. Each time you click on an app, it opens full screen. Come to a different app, it also opens full screen. It's simple and it's effective, and it's perfectly fine if reading emails and surfing the web is all that you need to do on your iPad. The plus side is that it's super simple. The downside is that it's super simple. I mean, it's easy to use, but it eliminates multitasking completely. It's fine for a basic user, but if you need just a little more, let's check out option number 2. Option 2 is called Stage Manager. It was Apple's first attempt at multitasking on the iPad, and it's actually pretty cool. You can open multiple windows and multiple apps at the same time, and then you can swap them with these app stacks that show up on the left side of your screen. Whatever windows you work on together clump together into those app stacks. Let me show you how it works. We'll start by clicking on the Stage Manager, and you'll notice that we have these other apps that show up on the left side here. Tapping on any one of them pulls that app front and center. Now I can click on another one and they swap. You can move the windows around and you can add additional windows on. Here we've got photos. Let's add the address book. Pressing and holding on it, I can drag it right onto the screen and just drop it right there. Now the 2 windows are sharing the same space. Tapping on one of them pulls it forward, and you can move it wherever you want it to go. Tapping on the other one pulls it forward, and you can also use the apps on your dock to pop in front. Once you've got a couple of apps open, you can press an app stack on the left to swap it out. Contacts and Photos stayed on that app stack. Now what I can do is press and hold on Games and bring it up here, and Games and Music will float together. The apps stay grouped together so you can jump between tasks without losing your place. So imagine that you're working on a presentation. You might have Safari and Notes grouped together in one stack, and Mail and Calendar grouped together in another stack. You tap one stack, those apps come forward. You tap the other stack, they come back and they stay clumped together. It works well, but it has its limits. The benefit of this option is that you can work on multiple things at the same time. The downside is that it can be confusing to know which app stack you want to use at any given time. And it can make your screen overwhelmed with tons of apps you aren't using, which can make it harder to find the ones that you want. It's a step in the right direction, but fortunately it's not the end of the story. For our ultimate option, we need to check out option number 3, Windowed Apps. You'll see Windowed Apps right here, and it's a part of the latest operating system. This is where the iPad truly starts to behave like a computer. It picks up exactly where Stage Manager left off and brings us almost to full computer window options. You can click on your dock to open any window up, and they open up right on top of each other, just like they would on a computer. You can move them around by moving the windows out of the way or tapping on them to bring them up front. And you can swap between the different modes by coming into your control panel here and pressing on this button here. If it's turned on and you click it, you'll launch right into full screen mode. Think of full screen mode like your reading chair. It's comfortable, it's simple, one thing at a time. Come up to your control panel, press and hold on it, and you can choose between windowed apps or Stage Manager. I'm going to choose Stage Manager. Stage Manager is kind of like your desk. There's a few piles, it's kind of organized, but it's not perfect. Now let's come back to our control panel, press and hold again, and enter into the windowed apps option. Now it's like being in a full-fledged office. You can open up whatever you need, you can move it from one side of your screen to the other, you can have things sized the way that you want, and it can finally be almost a computer. I use the windowed apps section most of the time. It's really the most capable option, but once in a while I might need to focus and I'll just go into full screen mode. Or occasionally if I'm working on specific projects, I might jump into the Stage Manager mode because it's easier to stay focused on a couple of apps at a time. But now you know what the different options are and you can make your own choice. But knowing what you can do and understanding how to do it are two very different things. With secret number 2, you're going to understand how to properly manipulate those multiple windows. Just like on the Mac, there are multiple ways to manage your windows on the iPad. Let's hop into Safari where I can really show it to you properly. To move a window around, tap and hold on the header bar at the top and you can move it anywhere you want. You can put it over here or over there, really anywhere. To resize it, grab from any edge and just drag, just like that. So we can make it a little bit thinner or a little bit wider, a little bit shorter or a little bit taller. We're going to move this window over to one side just like this and size it properly. Now I'm going to open up Notes on this same screen here by tapping there, and I can move this window so that I can see my notes and see Safari at the same time. A little resizing here, a little resizing there, and everything is perfect. And you can layer windows on top of each other. Just like on a computer, windows can be next to each other or right behind each other. When they're layered, you can tap any window to pull it forward. You can also use the dock to pull any window forward. So if you can't see the window that's in the background, tap on it on the dock and it'll move it right into the front of your screen. Just like that. Super easily. Now you can work on multiple apps, 2 things, 3 things, 4 things, however many you need. If you need to get to your home screen, one swipe from the bottom moves all the windows out of the way without closing them. They're just hiding. Now you can open up a different app or open up a document and tap the screen and the windows come right back. If you don't want the windows to come back, swipe up the first time and then swipe up a second time to close all the open windows. Practice it a few times and it becomes second nature. So now you can move and resize and layer your windows. But what do you do when you need just a little more control, just a little more precision? Well, that's where 3 little colored dots step in to simplify everything. When you're working in Stage Manager or windowed apps, you'll see 3 colored dots in the top left corner of every window. They call these the traffic lights, and they do far more than most people realize. First, just tap on them. It'll expand the controls, making it easier to see them. Tapping the red button will close that window just like that. Tap on them again. Pressing the orange button will minimize it into the dock so that you can find it the next time you click on that app. And if you tap on it and tap on the green button, it takes you into full screen mode in just one tap. There's no faster way to get to full screen mode on the iPad. But when you're in full screen mode, where do the traffic lights go? They're still there. Just tug down from the top of your screen to reveal your menu bar and you'll see them right here. Clicking that green button again will take it out of full screen mode and put it back to its previous size instantly. But here's where it gets really interesting. Because if you tap on the traffic lights and then press and hold on the traffic lights, you get a whole menu of additional options. From here, you can resize and move any window. If I click this button, it will move the window that's open to the left side. Now let's open another window, tap it, press and hold, and I'll move this one to the right side. When you do that, it's called side-by-side mode. And there's a little bar in the middle that you can use to resize it more on the right or more on the left, allowing you to split your screen easily and quickly. You can put them on the top and bottom too. Let's tap again and press and hold and choose top here. Tap on this one, press and hold, and choose bottom. Here it layers them on top of each other so that you can see them in a horizontal view. But there's another option that exists within here. Tapping on the traffic lights and pressing and holding on them, we can also arrange windows automatically. If we click on this icon here, it will put two windows left and right in side-by-side mode without us having to press each window separately. But that's not all you can do. If you tap it again and press and hold again, you can even make it show three windows at the same time, just like that. Can we do four? Let's give it a shot. You actually can. Pressing and holding on it again, you can even use it to take the window you're on and make it full screen, just like that. Three simple little dots, a whole lot of power. So now you can open, close, and arrange your windows at will. But the biggest multitasking trick of all is going from app to app without having to go back to the home screen. Ever since the first version of Mac OS X, I've been amazed by the power of the dock. When they put the dock on the iPhone, it seemed like a waste. It was just a space that let you hold 4 apps and you couldn't really do anything with it. But when they put the dock on the iPad, it became something else entirely. Seriously, on the iPad, the dock is not just helpful, it's essential. Without using the dock, you're going to find yourself constantly swiping up to get to the next app that you're trying to get to. This becomes exhausting. It's this game of click here, open that, get it out of the way, click on this other thing, get that out of the way too, swipe over here, get that out of the way. You're constantly moving back to the home screen, and it's exhausting. All that wasted effort totally adds up. The dock has 3 separate sections. On the left are the apps that live there permanently. Either you've added them manually or they were pre-installed on your iPad. In the middle, you'll see the recently used apps, the ones that were open in the last few hours but that don't actually live here. And on the far right, you can store folders and you'll find the app library. Let's start with the left side. These are the apps that stay here no matter what, and this is where you should put your most used apps, the ones you reach for every day. To add an app over to the dock, simply press and hold on your screen to enter edit mode, and then take the app and drag and drop it right onto the dock. You can slide them around in any order that you like. I usually put my most used apps on the far left so that they're easy to find. Muscle memory is a beautiful thing, right? Now, a quick power tip for you. If you have a folder with apps that you use frequently, you can actually put that whole folder on the dock. One of the things that I like to do when I'm traveling is I put all of the different streaming apps in one folder. Then I go into edit mode and I take that folder and I drop it right here. Now, right from the dock, I can get to any app that I want to watch any of my favorite shows. The middle section is your recently used apps. These rotate in and out automatically. If you open an app that's not on your dock, like Passwords, you'll see that it opens and replaces one of the other apps. So as you work on your iPad, you're going to find that different apps are constantly showing up in that little section of the dock. There's not a lot you need to do with it. It's pretty automatic. But if you recognize an app that you're using a lot showing up there, you can press and hold on it and just drag it over to the left side so that it can live there permanently. And the far right section is where we'll find folders that you can add from the Files app. It's pretty easy to do. Open up the Files app here, find a folder that you use regularly, press and hold on it, and drag it and drop it right on the right side. It'll take a few minutes to load the separate files, but once it does, you can tap on it to get right into any file in that folder, making it super easy to access those files. If you press and hold on it, you'll get the option to change the sort or to change how the content opens. But the best part about the dock is this little guy, the app library. In the old days, every app that we downloaded on our phones and iPads sat on our home screens, cluttering up page after page after page, or folder after folder after folder. But with the app library, all of your apps collectively live together in one place. You can access them with a single click from the dock at any time and jump right into whatever application you need to get into. And now here is the part of the dock that changes everything. Whenever you're using an app, the dock tends to slide out of view to keep itself hidden, but it isn't gone. All you have to do is swipe slightly from the bottom of your screen like this to bring it back up. Now you can get to any app you want without going to the home screen. You want music? Tap on it, it comes right up. Bring up your dock again, click on Safari, it pulls right up. Bring up your dock again, come into Files, they come right up as well. And if you don't have it on your dock, that's what the app library is for. One simple click over here, and you're right inside of that app without ever having to go back to the home screen. That's right. When you're busy working, this is one of the biggest assets to stay focused on what's in front of you. Because when you swipe up to go to that home screen, you're going to be overwhelmed by all of the other apps and all of the messy pages, and you're going to chase some white rabbit down a random rabbit hole, and you're never going to make your way back to the project you were supposed to be working on. But by using the dock, you can keep yourself in the project even when you need to grab additional information from a different app. Once you get used to working from the dock, it will absolutely transform how you move around your iPad. So now your dock is set and your windows are organized. But what about when you need two windows or two documents from the same application open at the same time? That's one of those things that has always felt impossible on the iPad, until now. Sometimes you take things for granted when you work on a computer, like the ability to have multiple windows for the same app open at the same time. Whether you're in Safari and using several different windows, or in Pages with tons of documents open, on the computer, it's easy. Unfortunately, it's been super complicated on the iPad until now. Let's start off in Mail, because in Mail you are constantly responding and reading separate messages on a regular basis. When you want to open a message into its own window, press and hold on the message and choose where it says Open a New Window. It'll pop it open on top of the other windows. This means that I can leave this window right here and I can come and grab another window by pressing and holding and opening that in a new window just like that. These windows can stack on top of each other. Now, it's a little complicated because our email window is full screen, but we can grab that little handle on the bottom right and change that like this. And now I've got this message here and this message here, and I can work with all of them at the same time. Let's see how that might work inside of Safari. Let's go to a website. I'm going to press and hold on that website and choose where it says Open a New Window, just like that. And suddenly that website's on its own separate window, and I can stay on the window I was working on. Here's a great place where you can use the traffic light to take those two windows and put them side by side. Want to open a third window? No problem. Come on in, press and hold, open a new window just like that, and now you've got three windows that are open and you can move between them at will. You can do the same thing with Notes or Pages or Numbers or a ton of other apps. Pressing and holding usually gives you the option of opening it into a new window. When you want to see all of the windows together, you can bring up your dock, or you can press and hold on it and click where it says Show All Windows. This will give you a bird's eye view of all of the open windows in one place. Tapping on any one of them will bring it forward. If you come up to the top of the screen and swipe down slightly, you'll see a menu bar with an option for windows. You can also use this to pull whatever window you want up to the front or show all windows from up there. With this new capability of showing all the windows for an app, it becomes much easier for you to manage multiple documents in the same place. Let's try that inside of email. Tap email and it opens up all of the open windows right here, allowing me to scroll through them, find the one I want, and bring it front and center. So now you've got multiple windows, multiple apps, a dock that keeps everything one tap away. You are that close to being a multitasking master. There's just one more piece of the puzzle, and it's been right under your nose, or technically right under the screen, this entire time, waiting for you to discover it. One of the most powerful features of Apple computers has always been the menu bar that runs across the top of the screen. The phone has never had a menu bar. And up until now, the iPad didn't either, but it finally does. To access the menu bar from any open app, tug down slightly from the top of your screen like this. It'll slide into view and it'll stay there until you click somewhere else on the screen. It's a perfect replica of the menu bars we've had on our Macs all this time. At the far left side, you have what's called the application menu. It changes depending on what application is in front. Right now, Safari's in front, so it says Safari. Inside of this menu is the ability to get into settings as well as other basic options. Without having the menu bar, getting into settings is such a pain in the butt. You've got to swipe up, then you've got to find your settings app, then you've got to come down to the app section, then you've got to find Safari. It's just exhausting. But with the menu bar, a slight tug, tap on the application menu and click settings, and you're there instantly. To the right of that, you've got the file menu where you'll find ways to import things into an app or export them out or print them. Edit gives you cut, copy, paste. View changes the way an application looks. And of course, the window menu allows you to swap between any open windows for that application. The thing that makes this such a powerful tool is that without a menu bar, these hidden features stay hidden. You have to know which way to swipe, or how to press and hold, or what magical incantation you need to say in order for this function to work properly. With the menu bar, all you have to do is click on a couple of different items to uncover every option that that app can perform. It's just amazingly powerful. The menu bar finally puts your iPad on equal footing with your computer in ways most people still haven't discovered. But now you have. 6 secrets, 6 things Apple never taught you about window management on the iPad. And I'm guessing at least 2 of them made you say, I didn't know my iPad could do that. That's how you know this was a good video. So if your iPad suddenly feels like a brand new machine that's just one step closer to realizing its dream of being a real computer, go ahead and give this video a thumbs up. That helps other people find it and lets me know I'm on the right track delivering videos that you want to see. So which of these secrets was the biggest mic drop for you? Drop that one into the comments. I'd love to hear what moves the needle for you so I can use that information to build my next video. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, that's probably why you haven't achieved iPad nirvana before now. I can't help you if you don't subscribe. Click that subscribe button and that notify bell to be alerted whenever I drop new content. And now, there's just one more thing left for us to talk about. So let's wipe those fingerprints off our iPad screen and slide right into the Power Tip. This Power Tip is simple and elegant. It gives you the ability to take an app that you use regularly and tuck it right at the edge of your screen, ready whenever you need it. Here's the scenario. You're working in Safari, but you want to listen to some music at the same time. So you go to your dock and you open up music. But you need to go back to Safari because there's things you need to do in Safari. So you go to your dock and you go back to Safari. But now you want to change the song. So you go to your dock and you go back to music. It's exhausting. That back and forth is the way most people use their device. That's not multitasking. That's just annoying. Here's what you do instead. With the music app open, tap on the traffic lights and then press and hold on them. Down at the bottom, you'll see an option called Slide Over. Click to enter Slide Over, and now that app is floating on this little translucent window right here. All you have to do is gently swipe it towards the edge of the screen like this, and it docks itself behind this little arrow. You can click on the arrow to bring it back, but after a while the arrow is going to disappear. No problem, whenever you need it, just swipe right from the edge and bring it right back. It can go on either side of your iPad. Just remember to swipe it towards the edge and then swipe back to bring it back into the screen like it was waiting for you, because it was. Slide Over is perfect for any app that you check quickly and often but don't want filling your screen. I use it with music all the time, but I also use it with messages. Grab your little traffic lights, press and hold, and enter Slide Over here. Now your text stream is right there ready for you, but it's out of the way until you need it. My only complaint with Slide Over is that you can only use it with one app at a time. I mean, the ability to have Slide Over from multiple apps would kick everything up a notch. But if the iPad was a perfect device, could you imagine its ego? You'd never be able to fit it into your backpack. So that's what we've got for today's lesson, all about my top 6 secrets for mastering multitasking on the iPad. Every one of those secrets, including slide over, is tucked safely inside your smart guide. If you haven't grabbed yours yet, scan that QR code or hit the link in the description. Remember, if you're on a mobile device like a phone or an iPad, the smart guide will not automatically get downloaded or saved. It just opens up in Safari. So to make sure you don't lose it, click the share button and save it to your Files app or add it to the Books app. I hope your iPad feels a whole lot smarter after today. But remember, there's always more to learn. Check out this video right here for even more amazing Apple tips and tricks. I'm Dylan Stewart, the Mac Whisperer, and I'll see you next time.